Whether you're a book lover, a common sense thinker, or a skeptic, today is a good day for you. Also, if you like chicken ladies, it's Happy Blank Day. Peter, Happy Blank Day.
My phone. Shut up, phone. I'm trying to do something here. Hold on. Shut up.
Good day.
Shut up. All right.
It's a good day.
Bad start. All right. Now, what was that one thing you mentioned in that? Book lovers, digital scrapbooking, chicken. What was it?
I talked about book lovers, common sense, skeptics,
common
and
sense.
National Chicken Lady Day.
I have to start with common sense.
Do it.
That is near and dear to my heart.
Is it?
Because it's
Is it really?
I live a fun life, Brian, but I have common sense. And when people lack to display common sense, it makes me angry.
I get that.
It's like if someone wants to go absolutely crazy and do something stupid like run through the woods, pass a sign that says, "Don't come in here," and then hit a train, then, that's all well and good. I think that that's a good way to spend a day, and that may seem like you're not having common sense, walking through miles and miles and miles of posted woodland territory without packing food, packing a very small amount of water, but for some reason bringing an entire roll of toilet paper.
You never know. We could have gotten such terrible diarrhea halfway through that trip.
On what? We didn't pack food.
That's true.
But so non-common sense things like that is all well, good, and fun in my mind.
Absolutely.
Here's the common sense stuff that drives me up the wall that I keep seeing down here, like in the work environment. People not coming to work when there's absolutely no reason for that to happen.
I don't think that has much to do with common sense as much as it's just laziness.
No, they come in and talk about how much they need money and how short they are on money and how they're so bored. And then they don't show up to work, the thing that will alleviate boredom and give them money. And it's not just that. If they keep doing that, they get fired. So that's one of the small things. And then there's children. I know I need to wait to be a dad. There was always this guy at college that was like, "You'd be a good dad." And I'm like, you don't understand how revolting that concept is to me at this moment, because I am such a terrible human being. It's like, if I have a kid, I want to be good for that kid, because right now, if you have it was a perfect example. Your sister was babysitting like a baby cousin or something like that of yours. I don't know what it was. It was something.
Right.
And it was smashing its food on the tray. It was lifting it up and then pressing it into its upper cheek right below the eye. Its mouth was open, but it was missing. Now, your dear sister sat there and was like, "Oh, she's so cute. Here, let me help you." All this other good stuff. I sat there and was critiquing its technique. And I was sitting there going, there's no reason. I mean, I'm sure there's a good reason. You're a kid, but is that really a good enough reason for you to be acting like this?
It is completely a good enough reason, Peter. I think the child was 1 year old at that point.
It's still just... its eye. It missed its mouth and pushed it into its eye. It wasn't even getting some of it around its mouth. It wasn't even eating messy. It was just straight up shoving the food into a spot that could not consume that food.
Can we also talk about the fact that you keep calling this little girl an it? I love that part especially. Like, at that age to you, they just don't have a gender. It's just an it. It's an it that doesn't know how to eat food
I didn't
properly.
know if it was a girl, but some part of my mind distinctly remembers like a pink bow or something like that. I don't know. Well, and then there's campers. Ugh, it's like a special breed. Don't hurt the trees, kids. Kid chops off a branch. You mean like this? Oh my god.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Exactly what you did, don't do.
Can I
Don't
drink
do the
this?
thing.
Can I drink this bleach? Shockingly, no.
I mean, if I didn't have to give the kid back, then absolutely go for it, kiddo. But no, yeah, they had to survive the week.
And there was that straight up time where I said, "Don't throw your hacky sacks on the roof." Kid proceeds to throw his hacky sack on the roof. Looks at me if I'm gonna do something about it, and I'm like, "Too bad." It's like it was cold. I was straight up cold when that happened. I just said, "Buy another one."
I remember that.
I said, "Buy another." I do not care. And I tried to be caring, but it's like it's like the other one had like a flashlight on a lanyard smacking it into concrete. And I'm like, "Don't do that, you'll break it." It goes, "No, it won't." It's like, I don't know how to reiterate that statement to make it any more clear.
In a way that you will comprehend the fact that smashing the flashlight
on concrete
will in fact break it.
And then it broke, and I said, I was a little more sensitive that time. I said, "Buddy, I already told you, now you have to buy another. Can't we fix that?" No. It's broken. So yeah, common sense and why Peter needs to wait to be a father.
I think you're exercising a lot of common sense in waiting to be a father, because some of the things you just described is exactly what people just adore about children.
Why do they adore that?
Isn't it cute? She's smashing the food into her eye.
Good
How
God.
adorable.
No, it's not
Peter, it's adorable.
Oh, it's the same
adorable.
thing where it's like they'll just like you could take a kid anywhere. They will find a cliff. It is stupid.
All right, kids, Death Valley. Cliff.
It's ridiculous. Here's the thing. They're scared of the cliff. But they walk forward and walk off the cliff anyway. Have you ever seen a kid walking towards something that they're scared of, crying because they're scared of it, and yet they can't stop their legs from walking towards it? I have. It drove me crazy.
It's drawing me on. It's drawing me closer. Help, Dad. Help the voices. The voices are calling me to the cliff.
So, yeah.
I have a friend who almost fell off of a cliff at Niagara Falls.
How old was he?
That age that you're complaining about.
I believe it.
Yep. It was the observational deck kind of thing that sort of just looks over a 1,000-foot drop, 500-foot drop. Not 1,000-foot drop. Like a football field kind of a drop. and there was a crack that was toddler sized. Yeah. There was a crack that was toddler sized. And he found it with his body. And he actually fell through it, and someone caught his leg.
Oh my!
And he was dangling over about at least a 500-foot drop, he said.
Lord.
Yeah. Kids.
Yeah,
super
and
great.
You see, some people say kids. I did not have this problem. I got near a cliff. I grabbed the handrails and looked over and thought to myself, "This is cool, but there is no way in heck that I am getting any closer." You hear that, ladies and gentlemen? That's the sound of Brian hacking up a lung and trying to be discreet about it. Anywho, yeah, I didn't have that problem. I did not.
Wait, it didn't mute my mic? It should have muted my mic.
No, I heard it loud and clear.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Well, we'll see. Yeah,
all right,
no,
yeah.
I just started getting sick. Like, between the last time you and I talked and now, I started getting sick.
Weird. I kind of have a slightly scratchy throat right now. But yeah, so what day do you want to talk about now that I had my little rant?
Wow. You talked a lot about common sense. That was impressive. I am a big fan of National Skeptics Day.
I was kind of thinking you'd lean towards that one.
I'm a skeptic, Peter. Or at least I think I am. I'm not sure yet. I have to get more facts before I'm sure.
Clever.
Thank you. No, I wanted to talk about this one because I was acquaintances. I gotta be careful. I was acquaintances with a man. He was in his 30s. Who was in a school that I attended at a time. I will not say what school. And he was convinced that 9/11 was an inside job. Bush did it. Cruise missiles, the explosives to take down the buildings, the whole 9 yards.
9/11 yards.
Ooh,
I should not. Never mind. Go on.
I don't think I can. Ugh. I'll never forget that one.
Oh my gosh, okay, stop before we have to start muting things. Alright, go ahead.
So, okay, you can be a skeptic, and then you can be a jerk. And I'm sorry, this guy was kind of a jerk. And I cannot stand to talk to anybody who views that day as a political point. I can't stand it. Lives were lost. Terrible things happened. You can be a skeptic about anything but that. That just ticks me off.
It's
okay.
Yeah, right, because I'll say this. Was there suspicious stuff? Yes, but what was the not suspicious part? The not suspicious part was members of Al-Qaeda taking a plane and flying it into buildings. Now, whatever else happened after that, there was still the part where Al-Qaeda got in planes and flew it into buildings.
Mm-hmm.
And for that reason alone, it should be just, viewed as the tragedy that it was. If you want to be skeptical about anything else that follows, fine. But don't forget that, pretty basic part.
Mm-hmm.
And that there was that for once there was a unified moment in American history.
Indeed. And I think that was one of the last times that the majority of America was unified over anything.
And we got worried about Twinkies.
That's true. No, the Twinkie thing did bring everyone together, and I'm glad that it did because we got Twinkies back. That was good. Peter, I want to read you a recently declassified CIA document that is a translated copy of a Russian recently declassified document that I think is the type of thing that a skeptic would just love. May I read portions of this to you?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Paper reports alleged evidence on mishap involving UFO.
Ooh.
In 1991,
I do like a good UFO story. Go ahead. Yeah.
There, it is good. In 1991, the KGB Top Secret Intelligence Administration, a lot of material from that department found their way abroad, in particular, to the CIA, as reported by the authoritative magazine Canadian Weekly World News.
I laugh when I hear the word Canadian too.
Yeah, they're just so cute. U.S. intelligence obtained a 250-page file on the attack by a UFO on a military unit in Siberia. The file contains not only many documentary photographs and drawings, but also testimonies by actual participants in the events. One of the CIA representatives referred to this case as, quote, a horrific picture of revenge on the part of extraterrestrial creatures. A picture that makes one's blood freeze, end quote. This is an actual document that you can find on CIA.gov.
Wow.
Yeah. Here we go. I'm actually reading from CIA.gov right now. Okay.
So this is what they have put on their website to represent themselves.
Yes.
Okay.
But it's actually the CIA quoting a KGB article.
Okay. I was going to say, that's a little dramatic for an American.
We haven't even gotten to the main event yet.
Oh boy.
According to the KGB materials, a quite low-flying spaceship in the shape of a saucer appeared above a military unit that was conducting routine training maneuvers. For unknown reasons, somebody unexpectedly launched a surface-to-air missile.
What the heck?
Just, oops, my bad. And hit the UFO. It fell to Earth not far away, and 5 short humanoids with large heads and large black eyes emerged from it. By the way, the large heads and large black eyes, that's quoted. It is stated in the testimonies by the 2 soldiers who remained alive that, after freeing themselves from the debris, only 2 people survived. The aliens came close together and then merged into a single object that acquired a spherical shape, end quote. That object began to buzz and hiss sharply and then became brilliant white. In a few seconds, the spheres? Oh, no, there's more than one sphere. Cool. The spheres grew much bigger and exploded by flaring up with an extremely bright light. At that very instant, 23 soldiers who had watched the phenomenon turned into There is a in a CIA in a CIA document. Stone poles, which I find interesting wording. Stone poles, like not like pillars.
They're
or
not
poles.
statues. They're poles.
Poles. Stone poles. Only 2 soldiers who stood in the shade and were less exposed to the luminous explosion survived. The KGB report goes on to say that the remains of the UFO and the petrified soldiers were transferred to a secret scientific research institution near Moscow. Specialists assume that a source of energy that is still unknown to Earthlings instantly changed the structure of the soldiers' living organisms, having transformed it into a substance whose molecular composition is no different from that of limestone. A CIA representative stated, quote, "If the KGB file corresponds to reality, this is an extremely menacing case. The aliens possess such weapons and technology that go beyond all our assumptions. They can stand up for themselves if attacked."
Stand up for themselves. It sounds like that sounds like like the scrawny kid on the playground kicking the bully in the back of the knee and having the bully straight up rip his head off. It's like, that's not standing up for yourself. That is, let's just drop a nuke on your head since you spat on me. It's like, if something...
They can stand up for themselves, Peter. They're strong, independent aliens that don't need no man.
Stand up for them. It's just like, that is such a gross understate. You shot down one ship, you didn't kill any of them. They turned 23 of you into stone, merged into balls of light, and shot up into the heavens.
I think they can stand up for themselves.
Stand up for themselves. What the understatement of the century. All right, well, you know me.
The underdog story of the decade.
It's like, that's
just a handful of extremely overpowered aliens come to Earth and kill everyone. Go, underdog aliens.
This was not. That was if that is true, that is clearly a case of it's like, man, we are really ticked off you shot down that ship. Now we're gonna have to turn into light orbs and go home instead of just flying homes in our ship.
Oh man, I did not want to be a light orb today. Dan, you promised me there would be no more light orb flying, that we were gonna stay in the ship, and then these guys, they accidentally launched a surface-to-air missile and blew us up. Dan, you said this wouldn't happen again.
That's kind of like someone driving in their car, having someone pop their tire, getting out of the car, beating the person to death, changing the tire, and then hailing a cab home.
So there you go. That's my absolute favorite skeptic story.
That is
I'll
worthy of a lot of skepticism.
I'll leave that to you. I'll send you the link later, but it is a CIA.gov/library/reading room/ etc.
I like being open-minded to the whole alien theory because it kind of fills in some gaps that are otherwise left unanswered, and it also explains some confusing things like, why is there a person wearing an astronaut outfit carved in ancient stone in this cave in a faraway region, stuff like that.
That's a good question.
Yeah, so I'm always open-minded about that kind of thing, and at the same time, that's a bit of a robust story. That's a pretty robust story. There's nothing subtle.
That story can stand up for itself, man.
You're never gonna get over that understatement, aren't you?
You're the one who brought it up. Yeah. Skeptics. No, I think we should all celebrate National Skeptics Day. How would you celebrate this day, Peter?
Well, I'd probably talk to your one roommate, because I...
Hey, I never said it was my roommate. I said he was a person who went to school.
He's 30-something?
At a time... You're not thinking of the same guy. You're not thinking of the right guy.
Okay. Well, I'm thinking of the other guy.
A different guy.
I'm thinking of the other guy, then.
No, okay. And we'll have to mute this part. We're not talking about...
I don't know, Ozzy. All right, now that we're back on the air, all I'm going to say as a hint to what we were talking about is oi, oi, oi.
I think I'm turning into Jimmy Fallon.
No one else is going to get that.
I think I'm turning into Jimmy Fallon.
No. Oh, stop. All right, say something else. No, you actually have to say words that aren't funny to get me to laugh. All right, I'm kidding.
Okay.
I'd celebrate talking to someone who would give me a lot of reasons to be skeptical.
Mm-hmm. I'm
Or I'd go up to a average Georgia business owner and say, "Can you do business?" And they'll be like, "Yes, I can." And I'll go,
I don't know.
That's how I'd celebrate Skeptics Day.
You got very little love for the state that you now call home. I'm noticing.
Yeah.
Last week we
really.
were talking about grass that made your feet bleed. Now all the people are, I won't say stupid.
They're inept.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Now here's
They cannot. If you give someone a building and say, "Here's where you serve and make drinks," you'll walk in there and find a mattress factory or something like that. It's like they will screw it up.
They'll
that
find a way,
bad.
huh?
Or you go in there and you say, "Hey, I want your product. Can I give you money?" And they'll go, "Maybe." Go, "Okay, well, I have cash." "No." "I have a card." "No." "I have credit." "No." "I have a check." "No." "I have a money order." "Mm-mm." "All right, well, how do you want me to do it?" "Well, here's your instructions manual." And
This seems like a bit of a stretch here, Peter.
Slight stretch.
Slight stretch.
It's venting. It's venting. Long story short, they do not make it easy for you to give them money and to get something in return.
Well, you could
Which
always
is
go to
how-
New York City, where there are some people who go around and they make it very easy for you to give them money, but they don't give you anything in return except maybe a bullet or a knife wound. I think you'd enjoy those transactions. You can pay for a knife wound.
I mean, I'd pay for the bullet.
Yeah, that's true. I want to talk about National Chicken Lady Day.
Yeah,
I want to talk about National Chicken Lady Day because we teased it in the last episode. I did a little bit of reading about it, not very much, but it celebrates Dr. Marthenia Tina Dupree, known as the Chicken Lady. She worked at a restaurant as the Director of Community Relations and Training, which I didn't know was a thing at restaurants. I thought there was like a guy who cooked food and a person who took the food out to people, but apparently some have a Director of Community Relations and Training. And to quote CheckID.com, because of her community involvement and dedication to raising educational standards, she was invited to meet with President Bush in 2001 in the Oval Office. And although President Bush did not declare it National Chicken Lady Day, Dupree's efforts to advocate for education helped to bring about the day. So, National Chicken Lady Day is actually celebrating Dr. Marthenia Tina Dupree. That is way more boring than I thought it was going to be. I mean, good for her. Education is important. Bravo her.
But chicken.
I was really hoping that it was going to be like an actual person wearing chicken costume kind of a day.
Oh, I was just thinking to be about a recipe. Quick question about Book Lovers Day.
Mm-hmm.
Are we taking that the same route that we took Stuffed Animal Lovers Day, or are we just gonna not?
Oh, that sounds painful.
Okay, so we did take it there. Moving on. How about... Jeez,
Okay,
what is-
I am very curious about one.
Okay.
National Waiting for the Barbarians Day. What? Even what? I don't want to know what that one actually is.
I'm gonna click on it.
Well, no, I clicked on it too, and there's no description really. I don't actually want to know what the real description is. I want you to tell me what Waiting for the Barbarians Day is.
Well, since it's right next to common sense, I'll try to apply some of that. It is depicting...
No, man, no, go nuts. Waiting for the Barbarians Day.
That's not how my personality works.
Well, I'll tell you what I think
it
it is. I'll tell you what National Waiting for the Barbarians Day is. I think that is a day where we wait for aliens who can stand up for themselves.
Selves.
We call them barbarians, but really, they can stand up for themselves, they're pretty good with the whole, turning into spheres of light and exploding and turning 23
Just level
men
an
into
entire
limestone.
city.
Yeah, Waiting for the Barbarians
They can
Day.
stand up for themselves.
It's Independence Day, actually, is another word that we use to describe that, Waiting for the Barbarians Day. Because really, any alien that can be taken out by a virus invented on a 1992 laptop computer, barbarians.
Oh, that was the end of your sentence.
Yeah. No, that's all I got.
I thought you were gonna go further with that.
No, I was just the plot of Independence Day just doesn't work.
Okay. I think it probably has something to do with the tribal-esque person that's depicted there.
I imagine.
Probably something within their culture or whatever. I'm not sure what tribe or what culture that would be right there.
Mm-hmm.
But whatever it may be, there's probably something like, you know how a place is always set for... Not one Jewish holiday. Who do they always set is it Elijah? They always set a place for Elijah?
What?
There's a Jewish holiday, it's like Passover or something, where they always set a place for like Elijah or Jesus or something like that. What is that? Do you at least know
It is
what
Elijah.
I'm talking about? Okay.
Jews set a place and opened the door for Elijah at Passover. I am in Bible school and I have never heard that before in my life.
Just need to watch Fiddler on the Roof.
That's true.
Anyway,
that's amazing.
so I guess it's something.
So cool.
It's something along the lines of that. Only instead of saying the place and waiting for Elijah, they're waiting for the barbarians to come, and somehow it's part of their cultural beliefs.
Like to dinner?
Waiting for barbarians.
Okay.
I guess that's my best.
Sure, we can go with that. Yeah. There is a novel called Waiting for the Barbarians.
Oh, well that might...
I think it has something to do with it. Hold on, I'm doing research. So I found a website that also makes up what they think National Waiting for the Barbarians Day is about. I will not read it.
Nobody knows?
No one really knows. Like, I can find the book and I can find the day. There's not really any correlation between the two.
Hey, kitten, quit chewing at that electricity bill unless you plan on paying it.
Oh, snap. Yeah, it's a novel by a South African-born Nobel laureate, J.M. Coetzee? It was published on the 27th of October, 1980, which is not November 4th.
Well, maybe they just needed a separate day for it.
Yeah, I don't know. Interesting. Well, we'll have to do more research into that. Because we do our research after we make the podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, that...
We're so good
yeah, so now where else are we going? What else is there to be done with the podcast? Because I don't think anything's gonna top the military base destroying city leveling aliens that can quote stand up for themselves.
No, I think we peaked by like minute 15. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think anything's gonna get better than that.
Well, really, what we have left is the holiday forecast.
Yes, that's right. I forgot how that goes.
Okay.
I get Tuesday, Thursday, and...
Well, if you get Tuesday and Thursday, you also get Sunday.
Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday.
Yeah, I'll take Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Okay, let me hit next. Oh wait, next is Sunday.
Yeah, you have Sunday.
Monday. Here we go. Oh, right.
You have Sunday.
Right, I have Sunday. That's the 6th. No, that's the 5th. No. Yeah, it's the 5th. All right. And then I just got to skip ahead 2.
Mm-hmm.
I know how to do this kind of thing. Let me see one of the... Ladies and gentlemen, National Gunpowder Day is on Sunday! So, find something to explode safely with your children. Common sense.
Monday is National Saxophone Day, so you better find a good, comfortable spot for all of that sax.
On Tuesday, we have Election Day, which we know no one pays attention to anyway, so we're not going to spend any more time discussing it on this podcast.
On Wednesday, we'll celebrate National Ample Time Day, coincidentally on a day that I've always felt like I don't have enough time to get anything done.
And on Thursday, it's National Chaos Never Dies Day, which is near and dear to my heart, because nothing is better than never-ending chaos, except, as we discussed, there are 2 children in this picture that I'm looking at right now, and that is one kind of chaos that I am not down for. I am not down for that one.
And Friday, get your calculators out because it's International Accounting Day, the world's most boring day. And looking on to Saturday, November 11th, 2017, we're going to have a doozy of a podcast for you because it's Singles Day. And yeah.
Hi, Brian.
Shut up. Thank you so much for listening to... What is this called? I forget. Happy Blank Day. Anything that you'd like to say as we part ways, Peter?
I think it's funny that you drew a blank on the name of this podcast.
It's because it's got a blank in it. I'll say, have a week. Maybe a good one or a bad one. Happy Blank Day.